We interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
It's Wednesday. It's 6 p.m. We're quarantined. Man, that was annoying, wasn't it? That was way more obnoxious than the usual show. We're stuck in the house, guys. We're stuck. Yeah. We're stuck. We got nowhere to go, nothing to do. We can only order food. We can't go eat anywhere. We can't go to movies, which is why we're home tonight.
Yeah.
We had already canceled on Sid before because we didn't want to expose you too much. It was bad enough we got you out to Evening Star on Saturday night last week. My mom's sending me texts. I can't believe you two went to a bar. Yeah. So But, so I texted my mom. It's, we thought the risk was low and the show must go on and it wasn't canceled. The bar didn't cancel it. The promoter didn't cancel it. The touring band was still playing and I'm not going to say no to opening for Head PE, Right. So we had a hell of a time on Saturday. It was good. It was a good night. It was, a lot of people were kind of, trying not to get too close to each other.
Yeah.
Dave Stevens, my buddy, he came up and he, gave me one of these
elbows.
Elbows. And then we just stood there talking for like 25 minutes or half an hour, just like face to face. Luckily, Dave's like way taller than me, so I'm not worried about it,
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been a crazy week. Just last week we're like, yeah, everything's fine. We got look at all these shows we got coming up, and look at all these events that are going on this weekend, and then all of a sudden, Thursday, Friday, it's like this event's canceled, this event's canceled, this event's canceled. This event's canceled. The St. Patrick's Day parades are canceled. Like, holy shit, that's serious. And then by, like, Monday, it's like, okay, restaurants and bars are closed. Like, oh, fuck. Like, you can get takeout, but you can't get, you can't
eat in the restaurant.
Can't eat in the restaurant. I've heard, like, they've taken tables and chairs, like, out of restaurants. Like, you can't even, like, sit down in a fucking restaurant right now to wait for your food or nothing.
Wow.
Like, that's how crazy shit is right now. And then, like, WWE announced that WrestleMania is going to be held in the Performance Center with only essential staff. And, no audience whatsoever. Of course, that's the other rumor going around is that that's just so Orlando will say, fuck you guys, cancel that shit.
Yeah.
And they get their insurance money and they move it to New York in June or July or something. But it's affecting a lot of people, man. It's, a lot of our musician friends. If you're on the YouTube, there is some some links in the description there of some folks who, I posted, hey, if you guys got anything you want to, merch stores or anything that'll help you out if people buy from them. One of them in there is a Bandcamp. It is Sarah Elizabeth's Bandcamp.
Okay.
And I will tell you this, if you are planning on buying from an artist who has merchandise or downloadable music or anything of that sort on Bandcamp, don't buy today, don't buy tomorrow, buy on Friday, because Bandcamp on Friday is waiving their fee.
That's so cool.
So all the money that you spend, short of, obviously not counting shipping and handling charges, because, post office and UPS and all that, they still got to make their money, but all the money you spend on Bandcamp on Friday is going to go directly to the artist. So wait till Friday, go to Sarah Elizabeth's Bandcamp, go to our Living Brain Dead's Bandcamp, Yellow Sauces, whoever's got a Bandcamp that's got merch, got music. If you're still working, you're still making money, you want to help out some of the artists who maybe aren't able to work, you can on Friday go to Bandcamp and buy from their Bandcamp, or in the case of like Jackknife Stiletto has their own web store that they sent us a link to.
Okay.
And at first I was, half tempted to be like, Mel, I meant Western New York bands, not, Long Island bands. But then it's like, you know what? They're part of the family here.
Right.
Jackknife Stiletto are. We love them. We've had Annie on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
Before we had them actually play one of the All WNY Halloween events. So, I figured I will help them out. Throw that link in the description there. So jackknifestiletto.com/store is in the description below this video. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll put it in the podcast links too. And also BD2, Moxie Cleveland Cabaret, Rosie basically has her Big Cartel link in the description here for her, Niagara Falls Pianos and all of her other projects. So, if you're watching on YouTube, check out the description below. If you're listening live on all WNY, just kind of maybe click over to the YouTube and see it, or wait till the podcast version comes out. We'll have it in the description on the podcast too, just because we told these guys we'd give them a little shout a little bit. And today on the show, we've got a few interviews because nobody else is doing it.
Right.
Nobody else is able to do anything either. But we do have some, I guess, entrepreneurial. Is that maybe the word to use here? Musicians trying to put together live streams. Mm-hmm. And that includes Jaynie Crash of the Tall Men.
Right.
Who were originally scheduled to, Living Brain Dead was supposed to play with them April 1st in Cortland.
Yeah.
As part of Folk and Punk Cabin Fever. We're still, the event itself is obviously canceled because of the, inability to go anywhere or do anything, really, and, so we ended up, just kind of saying, okay, we're not going to do this. What if we do this? And that's going to be a live stream thing that the Living Brain Dead is hoping to be a part of, planning on being a part of, and currently scheduled for. So we just got to work out how the hell we're doing that. Of course, Ian is basically not leaving his house. We'll talk to him about that. Ian from Cardboard Homestead. He's going to be on in the second segment of the show via telephone. And we'll talk to him about his decision to cancel everything, not leave the house, and help put together the Coping with Dystopia series that's launching on Friday, with a bunch of bands from all across the country. That's on this particular event on Friday. So and then I've got a story here about the virtual concert series here in Buffalo. And that is, and I hope Buffalo News doesn't mind me reading from their article here. This is from Jeff Myers of the Buffalo News, published yesterday. But he talked to somebody from Buffalo.fm, and they've launched Band Together Buffalo, a virtual concert series that will allow bands to perform for digital audiences and receive digital tips for their efforts.
Oh, wow.
So that's something, if you're a musician who relies on your music to make sure that everything, to kind of pay your bills and everything, that's one place you can go is to Band Together Buffalo. In fact, they had sent me an invite to like their Facebook page just before we came on the air.
Yeah. And
that's where I found the article here. So, a lot of things happening right now to try and keep Buffalo musicians fed and with a roof over their head and everything like that. So, it's crazy. You gotta really support your artist friends in times like these. Yeah. Sounds like Chatterbait. What? Anyway. It does sound like chat, yeah, because, you got a webcam performer and you're giving them tips, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what Chatterbait is.
All right.
I don't know how I know that. I don't know that. Never heard of that website before in my life.
Cute.
Yeah, anyway. Never mind, that's where half my Instagram people that I follow are from. Yeah, anyway. The show is not recorded, Laura. I know we said that last week, but then literally everything got shut down, including movie theaters. So unfortunately, the Buffalo premiere of Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always has been postponed.
Yep.
Hopefully, once everything gets kind of back to normal, we'll get to see the movie with Sid and enjoy it. And it sucks for Sid because this movie was about to be huge, I think, and obviously, with theaters closed.
Yeah.
That's gonna.
It just is postponing something.
I think it's going to. I'm sure. I don't know. I'm not positive, but I'd assume that the movie company the distributor is going to say, okay, you know what, this is a very fucking awful time to release a movie, and they're going to say, hey, let's push this back a couple of months.
Yeah.
We'll release it when people can actually go to the theaters, so we can actually make some money.
Right.
So
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be something like that.
So hopefully. I mean, because 100% fresh score on Rotten Tomatoes and all that stuff for Sid for that movie.
Yeah.
We're going to take you now to something that was pre-recorded, which was we had the privilege of talking to our friends in Jaynie Crash and the Tall Men this morning, Eric and Danielle.
Well, you say morning, the rest of us say afternoon.
Yeah, it was like 2:30 in the afternoon, but it was
Yeah.
morning for me. I had just gotten out of bed. And you'll hear about some of these things during the interview. They are doing a live stream open mic on Facebook through the live stream open mic page, Friday at 8:30. Sometime Sunday afternoon, they're going to be on a Rochester radio station, 106.3 in Rochester.
Yep.
For Rock the Rock. And this is, you can listen to that anywhere from rochesterfreeradio.com. And, they have a special announcement in this interview, too. And I'm not going to spoil that one for you, but we'll let them talk about it. So we're going to cut to that interview right now, and we'll be back probably after the next song break. So you're going to hear an interview with Jaynie Crash and the Tall Men, and then you're going to hear a new song from Jaynie Crash and the Tall Men. So stick around, and we'll be back for segment 2 with Ian Archibald from Cardboard Homestead.
Awesome.
So here we go. Let me just switch to the right screen here because I'm on the wrong one.
You can do it.
Yay. How do I do it? I don't know.
Too many buttons.
No, I don't know how to. I literally don't know how to do this. Oh, there we go. Okay, I found it. Okay, interview with Jaynie Crash and the Tall Man coming your way right now. All right, welcome our guests at this time, Jaynie Crash and the Tall Men.
Hey, guys.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
We're doing well.
Yeah, you guys staying safe, staying healthy out there?
Oh, yeah, sequestered in our home in the woods. Love it.
We have 20 acres of buffer for many other humanity, so it's pretty safe out here.
Good.
Yeah, you guys, how much of a lifestyle change is this for you to have to stay in the house and all that?
I would say this is our ideal state. Love to do more often than we get to. So we were out walking in the woods earlier this week and looking at all the firewood we can clean up and kind of all the things we've been talking about needing to do for some time, but then life gets in the way and takes you outside and, you have to do things. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what about musically? What's you guys had your whole tour planned, and that was coming up like super soon, right?
yeah, Saturday was going to be the kind of the soft kickoff.
Okay.
And then be out for 10 days was the plan.
Was the plan.
Was the plan. Now, do you guys think that you're going to be able to reschedule, or do you guys think it's a lost cause?
I think probably for this year, we'll probably do something in September. We usually go down to a festival in Tennessee, so we'll do some stuff down and back there. But just with all the uncertainty, like I don't want to put that effort into booking again.
Yeah.
Those 3 months of planning down the drain, and I
Yeah.
really jump on and do that right away. So we'll
Yeah.
probably do like 2 weeks or so in
Okay.
September.
Well, just to remind you guys, you do have a date booked in September at Stamps
That's right. That's
with
been booked for a while.
BD2 and Yellow Sauce, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right, we do.
With BD2, Yellow Sauce, and the Rust Belt Brigade, it's
Oh,
supposed to
yeah.
be. Yeah, that's that's been booked for a couple of years now, I think.
Yeah.
That's gonna be awesome. Where are some of the other spots that, since you aren't gonna get to hit your full number of spots, what are some essential spots for you guys to hit up?
I don't know. We were going to be going down through Pennsylvania and Virginia and North Carolina and all that on this tour. I imagine we'll stay closer to home this time, and then, like I said, head down to Tennessee. So
Mm,
we know some places in Ohio and Tennessee we can play,
cool.
and Buffalo, of course, whenever we can get out there.
Yeah, we love you out here.
We miss you guys. I was actually looking forward. We had we were booked on Folk and Punk Cabin Fever that is now postponed out in Cortland with you guys. I was looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, I was looking forward to playing together. To the new punks on the block, as it were.
Yeah. So far,
But
we're fortunate in that is currently our only show that's currently postponed. I'm sure that's probably not going to stay the case, but
Yeah.
we were looking forward to seeing you guys because I haven't seen you guys since I think Folk and Punk last year when I played with Yellow Sauce.
You might be right.
yeah, yeah, we're supposed to hopefully see you a couple times this spring, but
Yeah.
not sure. Karina, I know you have your thing maybe
Yep.
coming up. It's
Yep.
still
That's in May, and as of right now, it's still on, but it kind of depends on how things ride out. We're not gonna risk it, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so we've been seeing a rise in the music community online. Specifically things like Facebook groups and these live streams that are going on. Is this something that Jaynie Crash can expect to get down on, like going live, performing for the masses, you know?
well this weekend certainly. So our breaking news to you is that we are going to put out a new CD this weekend.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we were going to have something done before tour and weren't sure we were going to make it, so we kind of held off putting a big push on it, but we're going to finish that up. And so Friday night, we're going to actually be doing a live stream. There's a group we found a couple months ago, I guess, called Live Stream Open Mic that is doing exactly what you described. And every night, there's 3 acts and do half-hour sets. So from 8:30, 9, and 9:30.
Sweet.
We got it through Nick Lucido and TJ Jar, whatever his last name is, from days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, we jumped on. So we'll be doing that Friday at 8:30.
Okay.
And then Sunday, we're going to be going on a local radio show. And we were going to debut the CD, but they asked us to do a half-hour live set there
Oh, cool.
instead.
Very cool.
So yeah, maybe we'll just play the CD live. Yeah, so that'll be on. The radio show's called Rock the Rock. It's on RochesterFreeRadio.com. You can listen online or on the air with 106.3 in Rochester.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, of course, as Joe mentioned, the Folk and Punk Cabin Fever, turn that into an online little mini fest. So we're still gathering the details because we're just kind of pivoting on that. But
Great.
I know Joe's committed to Living Brain Dead, and we'll be there. And about 5 acts confirmed, and another 5 or 6 that are interested. So we'll put out more details on that as soon as we have them.
Sweet.
As soon as we're able to, we'll start trying to figure out what the best method for us to stream as part of that is, and we're thankful that the show's going on in some way, shape, or form, at least, and we can perform for people who are out there and kind of just stuck in the house and going through the literal definition of cabin fever, I guess. So,
You didn't have to change the name of it.
no, certainly not. I think it's great to see bands, jumping on and trying to do live streams to keep themselves busy, keep other people entertained. And, the Dropkick Murphys did their big thing last night, which was
It was
fantastic.
very cool. Very cool.
I don't know if any local bands are going to go all out with a full lighting show and everything
I know,
like they
wouldn't
did
that be
last night.
something?
But we might do what they said they were going to do, which is, iPhone on a tripod or something.
Right.
Well, I know there's one venue in Rochester called The City that is out there. They want to start live streaming with their concert setup. So I think there are outlets for those that want to do that.
Yeah. And this is probably a great opportunity to jumpstart that kind of a movement within the music community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were just talking a few minutes. I wonder kind of how sustainable that is and what that's going to do to live shows kind of once people out there.
Yeah, people might get too comfortable and just really not want to leave the house.
Right.
Well, I mean, there's services out there like Stage It that you can set up a show and people can pay to virtually attend the show.
Oh.
So, which
Yeah.
is probably like what the new model's gonna end up being is, you're gonna, okay, you don't want to come to the show, but you can still watch the show. You just got to still pay the $5 to sit on your couch and watch it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it'll just be interesting how everything develops.
Yeah. It's
Did
one thing.
you guys have
is-
that on Western New York, or
I could just see it now. People having internet band parties instead of NASCAR parties.
Oh man.
Are people coming out to our place to watch us put on a big screen a video of you sitting in your living room? I could just, that's where story starts, man.
That'd be
Or the
great.
science
We'll
starts.
catch the music industry up to everything else and like, pay-per-view kind of stuff.
There we go. There we go. That's it.
maybe it'll go like the way of video games, and people will now pay to watch people watch music.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
That's it. That's what we're great at. Let's do it. We get STK all over it.
I didn't hear you there. We're
starting
breaking up
to
a
get
little
cutting
bit.
out a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. We could riff tracks all over it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're evolutionizing music here. We're taking it to the next level.
The next level.
We're just skip over.
Oh, but
the...
I could just see the bars right now. You come in and take your little code in your phone and have an earpiece in, and you're watching a live stream of the bar.
Yeah.
There, oh my God! Yeah, there we go. There's the next thing.
Yeah.
They already have bars for video gaming.
Yeah.
Let's go for video gaming.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any capabilities on all Western New York for doing live streams like that?
Not really. But I can talk to Scott. I mean, like we tried to do the live stream for the All WNY Awards this year, and it failed miserably. So
Hmm.
I think that was mostly we were trying to use my laptop that is not capable of streaming video. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that platform. It seems like there's something. Even if you just did audio or had bands submit live sets or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's possible.
I think if they just sent us video, we could put it up on the YouTube or something.
Yeah.
Do like premieres and stuff like that, like we did with our lyric video a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're going to do a few events in the beginning of all this, and then just kind of see where it rides out, and probably work. We don't have to practice to play live or anything now. We don't have time to get around to finishing a handful of songs that have been sitting around for a year or two. Then you actually see us in person, maybe we'll have a new set to play for you.
That's kind of what
Nice.
where we're at right now is finally starting to flesh out some of these songs we've been trying to work on since like November, but we've been playing shows so much we're just like got no time to write. Just got to play the same 45-minute set over again.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so hard to write and play out, but it doesn't seem to work well together for some.
Yeah, we've found that we the last time we finished a song was November, and so we've been, and then of course we recorded the whole EP and all that, but that's that's gonna slow you down too, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure.
I caught you guys live streamed before it was the big thing to do. I saw you a couple of weeks ago, right? You did a live stream.
The
Played your-
birthday.
That's right. You played your first set. Over-
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our 5-year anniversary show, we realized, it was the end of January 5 years ago. We first show ever, so we found the set. Actually, found the old printed in a pile of papers, and pulled it out and recreated it, and just had some friends over and had a little house party and set, and then did a second set of kind of the newer songs we've done since then, and just had a lot of fun with it. Pulled out some songs we haven't played probably since that show.
Wow.
I caught that. I did catch that first half where you recreated the first set. I think I was gone by the time the second one, but
Yeah.
I say, hey, my friends are on. I'm watching them. They're playing music.
Hey,
It's like in our living,
Was
yeah.
it was like we're in our.
Hey, you guys are breaking up again. We're losing you.
I said it was like you were in our living room.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. And people can interact with you when you're doing this too. So it's not, you're playing, even if you are playing to an empty room for bands that are about to live stream, and we're gonna obviously you guys are planning on doing that, and we've got somewhere else in this broadcast we're gonna have Ian from Cardboard Homestead, who's also putting on a big live concert stream, and it's not like you're sitting there with just your bandmates and nobody else, but people can interact with you, and that's what's
Yeah.
great about today. I mean, like if this was like the 1920s and we were all quarantined,
Well, even the Dropkick Murphys last night were interacting over YouTube
Yeah.
with the people with questions and stuff like that. Like that was really cool.
Of course.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
that's we'll have to get the feel of a little bit more, right? So we're not used to the live streaming like in real life and everything, so we don't really know the balance of how often you interact and look for comments and everything. So
Yeah.
I think there's more to it that we need to develop, do more of this. We did our first one just on that open mic thing and finished the song and it was dead silence and it was really weird. We learned entertain-
I figure when we end up doing one, we'll just, live stream from practice and just fuck around like we usually do, and it won't be any different. So just we'll have a camera on us and people be watching us.
So for the weekend, you guys have the Friday, is it live stream?
Yes, there's a Facebook group called Live Stream Open Mic.
Live stream
So we'll-
open mic.
Yeah. So we'll be on that at 8:30 to 9.
Okay. And then Sunday, Rock the Rock.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, and that was
That'll be-
106.3, was it?
106.3 or at rochesterfreeradio.com.
Okay. Excellent.
Been supporting us quite a bit over the last couple of years, so we're happy to go do that.
Awesome.
That'll probably be around noon or 1 o'clock. We don't have the exact time yet.
Okay.
We'll certainly let people know. And new album coming out on Friday. We're starting to pick a
Friday.
date.
And-
Bandcamp is going to
Okay.
be there any cut on Friday to help fans out.
You're
who are-
breaking
We
up
heard
again.
Bandcamp. What did you say after Bandcamp?
So on Friday, Bandcamp will be waiving their part of their cut of the streaming.
Yes.
Oh.
So
Okay.
just to try to help fans that have lost income and gigs.
That's
So we
great.
should release the album.
Yeah, well, great. Things are just falling into place in a really weird way for you guys. Well,
Yeah.
you guys make sure that you stay safe and stay healthy in your isolation. And, pop in once in a while. Let us know you're okay. We'll do the same. And have fun with your live streams and your radio show. And good luck and congratulations on the new album. What's it called?
It's going to be called 20.
It cut out again.
All we got was it's gonna be called, and then
Yep.
It's going to be called 2020.
2020.
2020,
That's an
yeah.
appropriate name.
It is.
All right.
I think everyone has put an album this year, and it should be called that. 2020.
Unfortunately, my EP came out before all the shit hit the fan, so
Right.
Well, you gotta put another one. You gotta do another one.
Re-release.
I guess, yeah.
And definitely let us know the benefit in May. We would love to come out and be part of that if it's happening.
Okay, we will. Thank you. And thank you guys so much for taking some time to chat with us.
Well, it's always good to talk to you.
Yeah. We love you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Aw. Yeah, we love you too.
We miss you guys. Stay safe, and we will hopefully see you in May if everything
Yeah.
blows over here and we're all kind of getting back to normal around then.
Yeah.
If not, we'll hopefully see you in September, and hopefully sooner if we can.
We'll be seeing you guys sooner than that. We're gonna find an
Yeah.
excuse to bring you to Buffalo.
Oh yeah.
That sounds good. And we'll be doing our events this summer too. So once we
Great.
think, we'll let you know and definitely have you out for those.
Great.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Good luck for the non-government issue music. Yay.
Thanks, guys. You guys take care.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
You're cute, sweet like a lollipop, you only know 3 chords. You dress the part that you see on TV and pretend to know you are. You go through life never knowing that there's so much more. You wonder why nobody cares and everything is a bore. It's just a lost little soul, nothing to offer or do. How's it gonna feel when they start to walk all over you? Just like Ellis a Henton, I earned the right to choose. Now come to my decision. Life will go on without you. When you're riding my coattails, well, how do you like the view? And if I were to shrug you off, what would you do? Would you find another teach a suckle on two? Or do you really think you can make it on your own? At the moment of truth, do you know what you do? Or would you find a way to succeed? Or would you become unglued? Just like Ellis a Henton, I earned the right to choose. Now come to my decision. Life will go on without you. Drink and smoke to oblivion to numb your perceived pain. What once was your escape has become your everyday. You go through life never knowing when it's day or night, wondering why you never feel alright. You tell the world that you quit, but we all know the truth. And if you pull your head out your ass, you can smell the roses too. Just like Ellis a Henton, I earned the right to choose. Now come to my decision. Life will go on without you. In all my years of living, I earned the right to choose. Now come to my decision. Life will go on without you.
That was Jaynie Crash and the Tall Men on all WNY. ThinkSoJoE Show.
Awesome.
Yes, and of course the interview beforehand with Eric and Danielle.
And lots of static.
I don't not static, but
Not
like
static, but cutting in and out.
yeah, that's problem with doing phone interviews, I guess.
Yeah.
And speaking of phone interviews, we're about to call Ian Archibald from Cardboard Homestead and talk to him.
Awesome.
Let's make sure his number stayed. Oh, good, it did. Let me make sure I got the right one. I do. All right, we're gonna attempt to get Ian on the phone here. There we go. It's ringing. That's something. See if he answers. Still ringing. Still ringing.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach.
All right, we'll try Ian again in a minute. Live radio.
Yep.
Despite what Laura's trying to tell you, we are, in fact, live right now. Trying to get a hold of Ian from Cardboard Homestead. I should have called him during the song break.
Oh,
And
why
just-
didn't we think of that?
Because I could have put him on hold and just patched him through it, and I could have done that. And I'm like, nah, I'll just call him on the air. It's funny. It's because I was looking at my time hop and everything today, and it was like, oh, coming up on Board Wrestling Fan, we've got Gregory Iron. And I don't know if that was the time. I know one of the times we actually got a hold of him and we talked to him. And then there was another time where we just kept getting his voicemail, and his voicemail's got his real name on it. And we're like, you didn't hear that? You don't know his shoot name. You did not just hear his shoot name on our show. Hey, speaking of which, we're talking about trying to come back and do some stuff. Just for the next couple of weeks, kind of entertain some of our fellow board wrestling fans, get that kind of shit back, get that shit going again. Just for the time being, just, G's not working and JT's hours got cut. And so it looks like we got some time on our hands to sit around and talk about the non-existent happenings in the world of pro wrestling right now. Laura actually commented during the interview. She said, I have a feeling the ThinkSoJoE Show is going to be like Raw for the next few weeks with nothing happening. So, right now, and then she also said that now is the part of the show where we plug upcoming shows, but obviously we don't have upcoming shows to plug.
Nope.
So I don't know, that's why we were trying to get an interview in on here. We're gonna give him another shot here. We'll talk while it's ringing, so you guys aren't just sitting here listening to it ring with us. How do I get to recent contacts? We'll try that again. This is fun. This is the best part of live radio, is schedule an interview. Punk time anyway.
Yeah, right. We forgot to take into account.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did tell him 6:35, so... Still ringing.
Sorry, the person you're trying to reach has a voice.
I have an idea.
What's that?
Do you have Jasmine's phone number?
No.
Okay.
I guess we'll talk and see if he calls us back, or we'll maybe try him back in a few minutes. And,
Okay.
maybe he's like, oh shit, I got this interview, and he's like, I don't know, trying to get dressed to impress us, even though we can't see him.
That sounds like Ian right there,
Yeah.
dressing to impress.
I don't know. Yeah, totally. Probably looking for an acoustic guitar. He's, braiding his hair and, Ian stuff.
Ian stuff.
Burning down the stage at Music is Art. He didn't really burn down the stage, though that was the rumor that was going around for a little while. We were nowhere near that stage. He's running on folk punk time, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. That's anytime we've booked Cardboard Homestead.
Oh my goodness.
So they actually have there's an event coming up, and that's what we're trying to talk to Ian about. And that's going on this Friday night. Let me actually find the event page here, and we'll talk about it a little bit. It's got a couple of Buffalo artists on it. Yellow Sauce is going to be on it, as a matter of fact. I'll be a part of that in some kind of limited capacity. I'm not actually going to be there, but we're trying to work something out where I'll be some kind of part of that. But coping with Dystopia 1. So this is the first of hopefully many of events of this type.
Hopefully not out of necessity, though.
Sure. But this is Coping with Dystopia 1, hosted on the internet by Cardboard Homestead, and it is a full day of bands live streaming to your living room. Watch multiple streams in quarantine.
Clever guys.
And your participating bands are Apes of State, who will be performing, kicking the thing off at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
Johnny Terror will be on at 5:20. Tail Light Rebellion at 5:40. A Boy and His Rats at 6 p.m. Run Rabbit Run at 6:20. Ted Hazard at 6:40. NPK at 7 p.m. Rent Strike at 7:20. Out of System Transfer at 7:40. Matt Pless at 8 p.m. The Rifleman LV at 8:20. The Real McCoys at 8:40. Just Pals at 9 p.m. Sido, who, of course, we should be at her movie premiere right now if all this shit wasn't happening, but 9:20 p.m. she's performing. The Great Twitch at 9:40. Yellow Sauce is on at 10 p.m. Happy at 10:20 p.m. Cardboard Homestead at 10:40. Days and Days at 11 p.m. Frankly Lost at 11:20. And Party Marty at 11:40. And how this is going to work is each band will go live from their respective artist page or Instagram accounts during their set time. Links to each stream will be posted to the event page. I'm going to back this up just a little here. In real time to make it easier for you to follow along, or you can simply click the link to the next band's page. Donations can be sent to paypal.me/coping. A different organization will be chosen to benefit for each concert. And this concert's organization is Prison Policy Initiative. And bands may also plug their own funds to donate to or for their own merch during their set. See their posts for this info. And if you would like to participate in a future live stream, you can send your request to copingwithdystopia@gmail.com.
Very cool.
So that's going on this weekend. That's why we were trying to get Ian to kind of talk about it. And we, of course, we're playing Cardboard Homestead. It's the next band we're going to play. And then, of course, Yellow Sauce we're playing later on in the show, too, just because they're also on this event. And I should say we're also on this event because I'm in Yellow Sauce. And then, later on in the show, we're not interviewing Andrew today, unfortunately. I thought about asking him, but I didn't think about it until, I had already, gone through the song selections and everything. I'm like, maybe I should ask Andrew if he wants to interview, but I figure, you know what, it's 10 minutes before the show, so, who's messaging me? I have a message. Call Leland instead. Anyway. Try to call him again during is probably not a bad idea. We'll try him again in just a couple of minutes and just see if we could get him. And if not, maybe we'll try him again for the next segment. But, I decided to play Eyes of the Blind because Andrew actually put together a great local music playlist. And it's got The Living Brain Dead on it. And I was, happy to see us on there and that he, took the time to think of us and put us on there. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to return the favor. We're going to play some Eyes of the Blind tonight. And hopefully, we got a call coming in. That's the number. Hello.
I am so sorry.
Dude, it's all right. What's going on?
We're setting up our sound to the live feed, and I'm like, who the fuck is calling me from Niagara Falls?
Yeah, that's right. I still have a Niagara Falls number.
Yeah, what the fuck? This doesn't make sense.
Yeah. No, I grew up in Niagara Falls. And I still have my number from 20 years ago.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. And then I'm like, we got in the car to go get the sound equipment. We're like, oh, fuck, I know who that was.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. We just thought you were running on punk time. It's all good.
I mean, punk time exists in my life.
Yeah, believe me, we know. We booked you enough times. So we just gave the rundown for Coping with Dystopia 1, which is this Friday, which is just,
Yeah, it's coming this Friday. We've got a lot going on. So we've got 20 plus bands got Days and Days, we've got Apes of the State, Happy Happy's playing, Rent Strike, like all the big folk punk bands really nationally. So they all really came together really quick to throw this together. I think we started planning it on Monday.
Wow.
We're doing a fundraiser for a prison policy initiative as well, which it focuses on getting like medical care and stuff like that to prisoners during all this, because that's not being talked about enough either. But yeah, it's a pretty crazy thing that's going on that happened really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching a video this morning. That's just basically how pandemics happen. Is like one person gets it and then everybody gets it, and just kind of, I saw you taking precautions before a lot of other people, saying that you're staying home, you're not going anywhere, and I'm just like, fuck this, I got a show on Saturday,
Right. No, and that's understandable, but at the end of the day, like, we kind of got to stop doing that.
Right.
I mean, people are going to get it, not feel sick, and then pass it to other people who can get really, really sick from this, and that's, I'd rather just not do that.
Oh, agreed. And
Today, if you give it to somebody, you've got blood on your hands.
yeah. Oh, agreed. And that's why, we did the show Saturday because we took a calculated risk. We felt it was a low risk event. And then we had contacted Sid before the movie theaters all got shut down and everything. We told Sid we weren't coming because we didn't want to get Karina sick.
Right. Yeah, and I know Karina's got a lot of health complications.
Yeah.
That are very similar to mine. And like, it's a real concern.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
people also want to be going to these shows and seeing all their favorite bands. So, I don't know. It just seems like a good opportunity to kind of jump on something that's not really happening quite yet, but can become really important in the near future. There's reports saying that this isn't going to peak for another 45 days. Like,
Wow.
people are going to get bored.
Oh, yeah.
I'm bored. Yeah. Oh, we're also. This isn't going to be just a one-time event. We're going to be carrying on with this until this thing is over. So I've got copingfordystopia@gmail.com. You can sign up to play one of these events that we're going to be putting on. We might be doing twice a week, once a week. We're not 100% sure yet because this is moving so fast. But yeah, we've got some pretty big acts already interested, and it's going to be a thing.
So how are you guys going about doing your set? Are you just like setting up a phone and just going Facebook Live, or how are you setting yours up?
Well, a lot of the bands on the first week are acoustic acts that can manage to just plug in a phone, but we wanted to really give people like our full cardboard Homestead sound. So what we're doing is we're patching everything out of a PA into a mixer, and then patching the mixer out of an iRig 2 and using that for sound. So we're actually going to have drums, electric, guitar, everything for the live set.
Excellent.
And we're slowly trying to figure that out today, where the show's 2 days away. So we're kind of, but we're going to make it work.
You have plenty of time. That's 2 days. You have nothing else to do.
Once we figure this out, we're going to put this information out for every band to have. Like, we're not going to keep this a secret. I want everybody to have this information on how to give that live sound a real good sound on the Facebook feed. So we're going to try to figure out a way to make maybe like a guide for people to go out and do this, so they can have these live streams. Musicians are going to hurt, but musicians are going to become almost invaluable during these times when nobody has anything to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was an opportunity I saw to help people and maybe bring out a lot of underground music right now. So that's what our focus is.
Awesome.
And it's a great idea, and it's a great thing to do because, I mean, I know there's a lot of artists out there who are, either one, this is their primary source of income, or two, they're out of work and they need to make some kind of income, and this might help. So it's a great thing you're doing.
Right, exactly. A lot of the bands that are on the first one that we're doing are bands that were put out on tour. Like, they depend on this income to live. Like, they're traveling musicians. It's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be links and everything for everybody to donate to these bands if they can. Obviously, things are tight right now, so we're not expecting much for us. But we do the fundraiser that we're doing is pretty important to us. So we're going to be picking a different organization every show we do to donate to. So that's more of our focus. But we would love for the bands to be paid as well.
Yeah.
But but we're working on it. It's going to be a slow process. After this first one, we're really going to figure out what works, what doesn't work. We're going to be taking community feed as well. So if everybody wants to jump on Facebook and find the page, we're taking your suggestions. We're going to make this work the best we can for everybody involved.
Great.
And I can't explain to you guys how many people from across this country came together. I think I'm in a Facebook chat right now with 30 plus people organizing and running around and doing everything they can to make something like this work. So it's like, it's not just a me thing. Like it's a community-wide thing that's happening. Like this would not be able to happen if it wasn't for everybody involved. It's insane. And I'm very proud to be part of that community.
Awesome.
I was looking at the, I was looking through the bands, and I was just looking for, other music to play on the show today, and I'm just clicking on every band, like, they're from out of town, they're from out of town, they're from out, and so that's how I ended up with you guys in Yellow Sauce, and I know, like, Sid's from around here, but everybody else seems to be, from all over the country, basically, which is great.
Yeah, it's a national thing. Everybody, it's not just Buffalo, but, I mean, there's going to be spots for Buffalo bands to be highlighted in it as well. Of course, I'm gonna fucking get all my hometown locals a spot on one of these. It won't be all at once, but you'll hear from me. We're gonna get you guys on.
Right.
It's pretty important. We're in the country, so we might hit the dead zone soon. So if I do cut out, I do apologize.
That's okay. We just aired an interview with Jaynie Crash, and they just kept cutting out. So
Oh yeah, I imagine how it's noticed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just pretty excited. I hope people tune in and really respond well to it. Right now, the platforms we're working with is Facebook and Instagram. Both fans will be doing it through Facebook, but in the event page we have links to everything, and it'll be a very active place during this. So you will not be in the dark of who's going on right now, what's happening. Everything's very punctual as well. There's no turnovers.
I think we might have lost him. Anyway, what he was trying to say is there's not going to be any turnover. The bands are just going to go back to back to back.
They're planning out the schedule pretty much minute to minute.
We're still connected to him, but there's no audio here. So.
Aw, Ian.
No, that wasn't us losing him. That was I got an email. I am gonna. Ian, if you can hear me, man, we can't hear you, so I'm going to hang up, man. It's great talking to you.
Thanks, Ian.
And we'll talk to you soon, hopefully. Later, bud. But, yeah, so anyway, I know there was, I basically had to turn that up all the way. You guys couldn't hear him, really. Well, anyway, we'll reiterate some of the stuff he said if you were having some trouble hearing him. Basically, they're doing the Coping with Dystopia series. This one on Friday is going to be the first of many. And everyone is going to have a different charity that it's going to benefit. And which this week is Prison Policy Initiative, which basically, so note to self, use Bluetooth next time instead of the cable. But anyway, basically Prison Policy Initiative that's going to help out with medical supplies for prisoners who are not getting what they need right now to take care of them. But it's going to be a long show. It's going to start at, I think, 5 p.m.?
I think.
5 p.m. with Apes of State, and it's going to go on until midnight. You can go to the Coping with Dystopia Facebook page and find the events. This one, Coping with Dystopia 1. And hopefully, you could tune in, watch all the bands do their live streams. You can donate money to the bands directly. They'll give you, the places that you can do that. And also any money is going to, you can also donate money to the charity. Oh, he's trying to call back. Let's see what we can get out of him here. What's up, bud?
Hey, I got cut off. Is everything good?
Yeah, everything's good, man. We actually signed off for you. Apparently people were having trouble hearing you, so we kind of reiterated all the stuff you were saying. So
Wonderful. Sounds good.
all right, man. Yeah, thanks for calling in, man. We'll talk to you soon. All right, bud. Take care.
Bye. See you guys are going.
Later.
Thanks.
Nice of him to call back, and yeah. So but basically that's the gist of it. Is we're trying to keep musicians keep musicians working during all of this, where they can't actually go out and play in front of people, and
keep people amused and
keep people entertained.
because
Absolutely.
we're gonna get really bored.
That's why we're here. We're trying to, introduce some kind of levity into your sheltered existence right now, and hopefully, kill a couple hours for you. Anyway, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
So, we'll use the Bluetooth next time, and hopefully you'll be able to hear somebody a little bit better if we do a phone call. It's our first time trying to use the cable into the board here, and apparently it didn't work so well. So,
No.
I could hear him fine.
Yeah, we could.
It probably just wasn't coming through on the broadcast. So, hopefully, maybe on the maybe on one of the recordings it'll come out. I don't know. I didn't record into the board this time to turn them up either. So, oh well. I'm like, it'll be fine. Shows what I know. Yeah. But yeah, so that's Friday that's going on. Jaynie Crash has their thing Friday at 8:30 through the live stream open mic, as you heard in the first segment. Sunday they have a live performance on one of the radio stations out in Rochester, 106.3, part of Rock the Rock, and this is RochesterFreeRadio.com. You can listen to that if you're outside of the area. And they have a new album coming out Friday on Bandcamp. And again, if you want to support your local musicians on Friday and go to Bandcamp and buy their albums and buy their merch and everything, Bandcamp is waiving fees. So that all the money is going to go to the artists.
That's great.
Which is great. So, I mean, I'd like to advocate for, if you know an artist who this is their income, or you know an artist who this is like a side income, but their main income got cut off, and like they're not working, I encourage you to hit those artists first. Go to those artists, support them, make sure that, if you want to buy their album or their t-shirt or anything like that, go to their Bandcamp, buy their shit on Friday. Do that before you hit us up, because we're okay. I'm okay. Brian's okay. I think Kevin's okay for the time being. John might need some money. I don't know. But, he's not going to worry about not having a roof over his head or anything.
Right.
So I would encourage you guys to, find artists like Sarah Elizabeth, who this is her main source of income.
Yeah.
Like AJ Tetzlaff, I think is losing income. Zach Ward is losing his income. So find the bands that are doing this for a living and support them first. And, money to give somebody. Yeah. Anyway, I got the t-shirts in the mail today, Kev, so I don't know if that's here nor there. But anyway, I encourage you support, support the artists that need it the most first. We did just release an EP. We do have physical copies for sale on the Bandcamp page, t-shirts and everything like that. But if you want to wait till all this shit blows over and you're back to, everybody's back to work and everything to buy our shit, we're okay with that. Just take care of the ones that need it first. And that's my best recommendation. We can go outside, Laura. It's not that we can't go outside. It's just we're kind of, everything's closed really, except for grocery stores and banks and, essential services basically.
Yeah.
And some factories and stuff are still open. I've been getting emails all weekend like, hey, this is what we're doing about the virus. And, this is how we're going to protect you and protect our people and make sure everything's good. We can actually order food. We can't go to a restaurant, but we can order food, which we actually did on, what was it, Sunday night before before everything went crazy and everything shut down. We went and we said, we consciously decided to order from our local pizza place, like before they shut the restaurants and everything down. Let's order get them some business, give the driver a tip or whatever, and we'll make sure kind of, we're kind of doing our part. Luckily, they haven't like shut down restaurants. You can still order out. And in fact, companies like Uber Eats are doing, yeah, Kevin prefers not to go outside. Anyway, companies like Uber Eats are doing $0 delivery fees for local restaurants. Mm-hmm. So if you want like McDonald's or Applebee's or some shit like that, you still got to pay the fee. But if you want like a local restaurant, you can go on Uber Eats. I think Grubhub is also doing this, and you don't pay any fees to the local restaurants. They get the money, and you're helping support local business. So that's something else you guys can do to help people out.
Yeah.
So it's just been a crazy time, and hopefully, nobody's gonna be just completely wrecked by this, and hopefully we get back to normal a lot sooner than the 45 days Ian was talking about. This is insane right now, guys. This is unprecedented, and we're gonna try and do our best to help keep you entertained as best as we can on our show. And if I end up doing another podcast, and of course the Living Brain Dead is still booked to do a live stream on April 4th for the Folk and Punk Cabin Fever. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna figure out how to do that, hopefully. And then there's other ventures out there that we can talk more about when we come back. So we're gonna play some music right now from Cardboard Homestead. This is a new single from them. It is called Far, Far Too Long on All WNY ThinkSoJoE Show. Cardboard Homestead on All WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I really enjoy them.
Oh, they're a fun band, and if you get a chance to see them live after all this shit blows over, check them out. You can catch them on Friday, of course, as part of the Coping with Dystopia show online at where are they playing? 10:40 p.m.
10:40.
10:40 p.m. That's a late night, but it's 2 bands after Yellow Saw. Well,
And you can be in your pajamas and watch the concert.
who said Homestead? Nobody lisped. Anyway. Yes, Cardboard Homestead. Stead. Yeah. Maybe it's the mic. I don't know. I have a de-esser, so it shouldn't stress the S sounds. Anyway. I digress. We were talking about this virtual concert series earlier that I saw on the Buffalo News, Band Together Buffalo, and this is something interesting here that I noticed while we were playing the Jaynie Crash interview, and I was just kind of scrolling through. It says, Band Together Buffalo performances will be hosted at a rotating list of area music venues, with artists performing to audience-less clubs for a predetermined stipend. Live streams will be offered via buffalo.fm, and members of the virtual audience will have the option of augmenting the stipend by donating directly to the artists via Venmo or PayPal.
Cool.
Which is pretty cool. So you get to play in a venue on a stage for people who aren't there.
Yeah.
Which is cool to me. Yeah, I'd be down. Like, that was something I was trying to think of. Like, you know, maybe we could partner up with Stamps and do some shit like that.
Yeah.
But that means we'd have to go to Stamps.
I don't want to go.
Yeah, no, I understand. That's where I'm at right now. Like, I don't want to do. There's a lot of shit I don't want to do right now. Like, I gotta my daughter on Saturday. I don't know how the fuck I'm doing it because I don't want to take the bus.
Yeah.
So, and I don't want to pay double for an Uber to go there and back. You know, like.
Yeah.
So I got to figure that part out. That's, you know, that's the tricky part right now. Is
Then we're also risking bringing germs into our home, which is otherwise clean.
Right. I don't want to worry about getting anything that I can bring home to you.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about you.
Yeah. I'm kind of worried about me too.
Yeah. So you know, that's kind of my mentality is I don't want to get you sick. So I'm trying to avoid anything that I can do that might get me sick, like taking the bus or anything like that. I went to the grocery store the other day and I got home and you're like, take a shower. Like, I'm going to take a shower because I want to, not because you told me to. I got to say, my plan was to kind of wait out the weekend, let everybody get everything back in stock, and then get out to the store. So I went to Tops Monday, and I forgot what I needed, but I was going for something, and you're just like, oh, I have a list. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay. So found your list, and your list is milk, bread, meat, cheese, and soap. And I'm like, this ought to be fun. You know, I had to go out. I had to go deliver a package. That's what it was. I had to go. There's a place around the corner where you could drop off UPS packages. So I'm like, all right, this is going to be fun. So I'm like on my way back to Tops after dropping off this package. Like, all right, time to go to the grocery store and pretend that, pretend to be surprised when they don't have anything I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And I went in and I found milk and I found bread and I found cheese and I found soap and I found, whatever else it was you were looking for. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, how the fuck did this happen?
Yeah, that was pretty lucky.
And then I grabbed some lunch meat and stuff, and I'm like, meat is the other day. Got some ground beef. So, yeah, like, holy shit, what are the odds I actually found everything I came in here for? So I went back Tuesday, because we were running low on Pepsi. I needed Pepsi.
Yeah.
I ain't surviving a fucking apocalypse without Pepsi.
No.
Anyway, so I go to Tops, and I get all my Pepsi, and you told me to grab some allergy pills, and I did. I got the last bottle of 30 that they had. But everything else seemed to be pretty well in stock except toilet paper.
Yeah.
And hand sanitizer. I couldn't find hand sanitizer. I was looking. But I was half-assed looking, but I didn't see any. But the toilet paper aisle, there was paper towels still, but there was no toilet paper. It was gone. Luckily, we had just gotten an order right before everything went to hell. So
we got a minute.
We're good here for a little while. But yeah, it was not as bare as I anticipated it would be, especially the milk aisle.
Yeah.
Like, they had just stocked milk. Like, it was full. And it's like, ooh, okay, good. Like, I almost grabbed 2. I'm like, no, you know what? Like, there's no sense taking this home, freezing it, and using it in a couple of weeks when we're done with the other one. When chances are, if I found it now, once people start calming down about this shit, I'll still be able to find it in a couple of weeks. So, you know.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at right now, status-wise, as far as food and everything else. So, you know.
Yep.
I was a little nervous about going to this store to drop this, but the whole reason I went to the store to drop off this package is I didn't want to go to the UPS store because I don't want to take the bus.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I guess I'll just walk the 10 minutes to this store over here and hope that they actually send out my package, which is on the way now. It's actually in the state it's going to, so hopefully it'll be there. It's supposed to be there Thursday.
Okay.
So, you know, that's good. Not worried about it not getting there now because UPS does have it. And I sent it UPS, not FedEx, because fucking FedEx. Every single time. Like this week, so this week, waiting on a package. And I'll tell you what was in the package in a second, but I'm waiting on a package and I'm like, it just hasn't updated. And it's like, okay, this is supposed to be here today. It doesn't say it's on the truck for delivery or anything. What the fuck? Like, the last update is it got to Buffalo on Saturday. Or Cheektowaga, anyway. And so I'm on Twitter and I'm bitching at FedEx. And they're like, oh, yeah, well, we see we just got it into the station, into the delivery station today. So it'll probably come tomorrow. And then I looked myself and I'm like, well, that's funny because now it says it's on the truck. And she says, oh, okay, yeah, sometimes it takes a while to update. I said, so now tell me this. It says it's on the truck. It doesn't say it's out for delivery. Tell me, does that mean it's sitting on the truck for 24 hours? Or does that come in today? She said, oh, it's coming today. I'm like, all right, well, I'll take your word for it. And it did get here, and I'll tell you exactly what it was. Let me actually reach down and grab one of these here.
Oh, shit. Can you do it?
I got one. We got it. It is Falls Count Anywhere by The Living Brain Dead. Physical copies. You see that we got the back cover going there, and the shiny little disc with all our Mortal Kombat fighting poses on it. Yeah. But yeah, we got The Living Brain Dead. So these are in stock, guys, if you do want to order from us on Friday, and we'll ship them out to you. But again, please take care of your, friends and artists that are, really going to be struggling with this. So,
yeah,
where I'd much rather somebody who needs it more than I do get it. Especially and any money we get is probably just going to go back into the band fund. It's there if we want to dip into it, and it's, it'd probably help to have more than what we have right now. But it would be, I would much rather it go to somebody who really, really will need it. So, look out for Facebook posts from your local musicians who are saying, oh man, fuck, I'm out of work. What do I do? Look for those.
Yep.
And support those first before you buy our shit. And our shit will still be here, in April or June when this all blows over.
Let's hope it's not that long.
Well, especially not into June, man.
Yeah.
It's bad enough. We already had a show canceled in April, and now we're looking at these 2 May shows. Like, okay, these might not happen.
Yeah.
And then of course we got the prom in June. We're looking forward to that one.
Oh my
it's
goodness,
gonna be a good one.
Yes, it is.
And of course, we've also got we're this Hovelist show just got announced in July out in Olean. We're looking forward to going to these places, playing these places, and it really sucks that we can't, and we're kind of stuck, But it is what it is, I guess. We got to ride this out.
Yeah, we're kind of all in this together.
Yeah. So, anyway. Our daughter.
Where does our daughter live? Kevin, you silly bitch.
You guys didn't know me and Kevin had a kid together. Anyway, I know. Yeah. But yeah, so it's just been a crazy time, and everybody's kind of, I'm sure, going stir crazy, and hopefully following CDC guidelines. I hope you guys are all staying home, unless you absolutely have to go out to get groceries or something. You know what I mean? And like I saw somebody post like, be careful when you go to pump gas because who knows how often those gas pumps are clean. But if you're going out often, I mean, I guess if you got to work. But other than that, if you're going out often enough to, need to get gas.
Well, it says the people that don't drive.
This is true. This is true.
This doesn't apply to us.
Yeah.
We can't gauge how often you need gas.
This is true. But I mean, seriously, like if you don't need to go out, don't fucking go out. Just stay home. Yeah. Wash your hands. Cool. Kevin will. I appreciate that. Anyway, I really do. I'll message you after. But anyway, but yeah, seriously, like wash your hands. Make sure you're doing it for 20 seconds. You don't know how long 20 seconds is. You can
tell them what to sing.
You can sing "Happy Birthday" twice. That's and or you can sing. You could be like me, and you can sing "Never Gonna Give You Up" by Rick Astley. Sing the chorus.
He does sing it. He sings it loud enough that I can hear him at the opposite end of the house every time he washes his damn hands.
I do. Or if you want to be extra safe, if you get Falls Count Anywhere, the new Living Brain Dead EP, and you can stream it. You don't have to buy it. Just go stream it from your favorite streaming platform. We're on Bandcamp and Spotify and Apple Music and Google Music and all that stuff. Amazon Unlimited if you got that. If you go and listen to that and you put on the first track, OK Boomer, right? Mm-hmm. The first verse is 25 seconds long.
Oh.
That is plenty of time to wash your hands and
rinse.
And rinse your hands and, kill off any germs you may have. So just, wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't go out if you don't have to.
I have so much trouble not touching my face.
I understand completely.
It has a lot to do with the metal in my face.
Yeah.
Like, at one point, I had both nostrils and my septum pierced. And my eyebrow, I think.
You think?
I can't remember if my eyebrow was pierced at that time. Because, like, I took it out because a boyfriend told me it didn't look classy. And then he used to get drunk and hit me. So, that's how classy he was.
See, I can't keep my hands off my face because I'm so handsome.
Aw. He's not lying.
Yes, I am. Anyway.
But yeah, I used to sit in class, like, I would be making eye contact with my teachers, and I would have my finger in my nose playing with one thing or another in there. And my teachers would just be looking at me like, this grown-ass woman picking her nose in the front of my class.
See, I knew people in high school that would, like, sit in class and just pierce their own eyebrows.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, I've done some crazy things, but I'm good on that.
I don't know, a cane mask might actually, like the full one though, not like the half one he had later, but like the full one would probably maybe help you a little bit, stop from germs. Like I saw a guy walking down the street the other day, yesterday when I was coming home from getting the Pepsi and everything, and he's wearing one of them face masks.
Yeah.
Right. And what people don't understand is those face masks aren't meant for you to not get sick. They're meant for you to not get other people sick if you are sick.
Yeah.
So, like, that's, and people use them wrong, and they think, like, oh, this is going to protect me. It's not going to protect you. Because what happens how do you take it off? You put your hand over your face, you take it off, now all those germs that were on that mask are on your hand.
Yep.
So now you got to, like, dispose of that properly somewhere where the germs aren't going to get everywhere.
Yep.
And you got to wash it. So, no, that's not how that works. You need to wear that if you're sick to keep other people from getting sick. That's what you do with those masks. So if you're not sick, those aren't going to stop you from getting sick. So, but But and that said, wearing the cane mask because it has a little mouth hole and a nose hole, that ain't gonna help nobody either. So anyway, but yeah, just be smart about it, guys. Just do what common sense. Just follow CDC guidelines. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face if you can avoid it. And believe me, I can't avoid it a lot of the time. Especially like. Sitting in the booth and, getting stuffed up and trying to breathe and having to go like this a lot. And a Sin Cara mask might help. Yes, because it is fully covered. It was when we were watching the thing the other day. It was Jello Biafra from Den Kennedy's. And he was talking about, lucha mask makers are missing out on a huge marketing opportunity here to put like a little piece of gauze over the mouth and nose. And market those as to beat the virus or whatever, but
it would work.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, just seriously, it's gonna be a tough couple of weeks, I'm sure, for a lot of people who are not used to sitting around the house and doing nothing or having to work from home. Or I saw one of my friends say earlier, how do you stop yourself from going to the kitchen every 10 minutes if you're working from home?
Yeah,
and it's like it is very hard to work from home. Trust me, I know. Because you got to stop yourself from getting distracted. You got to make sure you're getting your work done.
Yeah.
Like there's times where I'll be sitting here like, all right, I'm gonna take a break and I'll watch a YouTube video, and then I've still got 3 open from last night that I didn't get around to watching.
Really?
Yeah. Well, part of that was like, okay, I'm gonna wait for this next job to come through because I knew it was coming, and so then I was like, all right, I'm gonna open up some YouTube videos and just watch until he sends the job, and I got the job, and I'm like, okay, cool, let me do this. And get this done. I just got an email from Bandcamp, actually, so maybe it's about the virus. By the way, if you're on YouTube, you can't say the actual name of the virus, or they'll demonetize you. It doesn't matter for us because we're not monetized anyway, but, I've had channels that I work for have to, go back and edit out the word so that they can get paid.
Wow.
So that they can pay me.
So what do they edit it to say?
The one that I've come across the most is global medical crisis. This is the global medical crisis that we're dealing with, and I tend to say that a lot. There are there are some channels that are allowed to say it without worrying about getting demonetized or anything like that. I know later tonight I have to do a whole video on how to protect yourself. That's in my inbox right now, which I have done for this company before. They're actually a health and wellness kind of company that puts out safety videos and stuff for organizations. So it's nice to so they're putting out things about Kevin said call it CV. I've heard it called CV, but I watch a lot of science-y channels too, and they all call it by the full name there, COVID-19 or the scientific, whatever. But we can get away with it because we ain't getting paid for this anyway. So if we wanted to say it, but basically the demonetization from YouTube is to hopefully stem the tide of misinformation that gets out there.
Yeah.
Which obviously is very important. You don't want to have all this misinformation out there. What do we got going on? Anyway, you don't want to have all this misinformation out there and people doing the wrong things, going out and getting other people sick and whatever. The important thing is stay home, keep your hands washed. Don't try not to touch your face, and if you do have to go out, try and maintain a distance of 6 to 10 feet or something like that between you and other people, which is hard to do when you go to a small grocery store like the Tops around the corner from us.
Yeah.
But the last couple of times I came home and I immediately washed my hands, and I'm like, we're gonna make sure we're good here,
And I appreciate it.
Yeah, I am far more concerned about you than I am concerned about me. Because I have a pretty decent immune system. I was watching a George Carlin clip somebody shared the other day of him talking about getting, infections and getting viruses and immunity and stuff like that, building up your immunity and stuff like that. And he's like, man, when I was a kid, we used to swim in the Hudson River, which was just filthy and dirty. And you know what? We never got sick. We never got polio because our immune systems were built up from swimming in all that filth.
Right.
And it's like, that's kind of the way I look at my life is like, nothing else is, I'm pretty healthy, but I do all the shit that I'm not supposed to do, like constantly drink Pepsi and, whatever. Like, but I'm, pretty healthy. I wouldn't say I'm like
that of.
I wouldn't say I'm the picture of perfect health or anything like that, but I'm fairly healthy. So I, there might be something to that, but
I tell you what, I've eaten healthy and exercised and taken care of myself my whole life. I have been sick my whole fucking life. And that is what I have to say about that. Oh my goodness. So when we were in, I was in Brownies.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to do all kinds of community service. And I loved doing this shit. And one of the things we did was we went to the local hospital, the Newfane Hospital, and we Christmas caroled to all of the nurses and patients and everybody. And so I was always hospitalized for my asthma. And because I was too little to have, the tubes that they put in old people,
mm-hmm.
I was too young for that. So they put me in what they call an oxygen tent, which is just that. It's just a tent that covers, a child fits all the way in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be like me inside my oxygen tent with my blanket and my willy.
Mm-hmm.
And which I meant to tell Kevin about my willy. My willy is a stuffed dog. That's the short story. That Joe cuddles with more than I do.
I don't know if that's true. I remember you went to the hospital, and
yep. Oh my God.
I Ubered to the hospital, and I'm carrying a plastic bag with a stuffed dog in it.
Yeah. So we were Christmas caroling, and there was a kid who was a little bit younger than I was, and he was in an oxygen tent. And I gave him a candy cane. I told him, "Don't worry, it gets better, and you'll be okay." And we sang Christmas carols to him, and I got to I spent so much time in the hospital. I got to go give candy canes to all my nurses, and then we got Velveteen rabbits. Santa Claus came and visited the Brownies, and we got Velveteen rabbits. We shouldn't have gotten shit. We were there to help people. But that was, yeah. Kevin was talking about Velveteen rabbits the other day, and that, yeah.
If you're watching on the YouTube and wondering what the fuck I was looking at on my phone, I just found out WrestleMania is going to be 2 nights.
Really?
It's going to be April 4th and 5th. So, and basically the reason being is they can't have everybody in the same building.
Oh, yeah.
So they have to, to do the full lineup that they were planning on doing, they basically had to split it into 2 nights. So April 4th, they're going to do half the show, and April 5th, they're going to do half the show. Or that could just be WWE being like, come on, Orlando, cancel this shit so we get our insurance money.
Yeah.
And can move it to New York, yeah, so that's you're losing me for a weekend, I guess.
I guess so.
But it's kind of crazy right now, just seeing how different entertainment companies are dealing with everything.
Yeah.
Like the NHL and NBA are all shut down. Major League Baseball's pushed back, and the NFL is just business as usual for now. But that's they don't open till August, September anyway.
Right.
But I know Cirque du Soleil was canceling shows, and WWE's been running these empty arena shows from their performance center, which have just sucked.
Yeah.
It was interesting the first night because this is good, and then this is okay, except why did you show a whole match from last week's pay-per-view? And then Monday it's like, why did you just show the entire Royal Rumble Like, if you're gonna do, other, show old content, do your whole show up front and then make your second half of your show. Like, here's a WWE Network special. Maybe if you want to see more like this, you can order the WWE Network. It's an easy marketing tool, I think. Give something better, something better to, give. You can spend your $9.99 and have something to do while you're stuck in the house doing nothing.
There you go.
And it's free for the first month, so you don't have to spend anything. Just go over to WWE Network and buy that shit or whatever. But that's how I would handle it, because I don't want to watch a match that I already watched in the middle of a show that I'm trying to watch live.
Right.
And if I would have known that they weren't gonna cut at all, they showed the entire match all the way through. If I would have known they were gonna do that, I would have just jumped in and started fucking working.
Yeah.
And come back when all that was over. It was like, okay, well, I saw Edge. That's what I wanted to see. I don't give a shit about anything else going on, but let me watch anyway. Maybe they'll advance something. And everything else was and of course, Stone Cold Steve Austin was on the end of the show. So, it's always worth watching Stone Cold Steve Austin, even if he's only got a, shitty announcer to interact with. But, yeah. So, I don't know. I miss hockey.
I know you do.
I do. Gritty put out a statement yesterday. I retweeted it. And we'll talk about that when we come back, I guess, because we're going to play some music. I have to do a thing before we play this song.
Do it.
I have to inform you that the dangers of a dying Earth have not stood in the way of our great yellow heroes. As the impossible journey draws to a close, I forgot the fucking words. Anyway, as a massive threat lies just ahead. Space, wizard. A wizard. Where are my glasses? They're over here somewhere. I don't know. Fuck it. A wizard from space with the sole objective of stealing all of the yellow from the planet Earth. And so began a war, the likes of which had never been told until this very moment. Space Wizard.
Told him that his
to a war of 18 years. We had the wizard weeping in tears. He could not stand against our sacred sauce. So into the afterlife he did cross. Space Wizard! Space Wizard! Took the yellow from the sky, left the earth so cold and dry. And he knows he has to pay, or you can't take our sauce away. Space Wizard took the star out of our show, left the sauce from the rainbow. And he knows he has to pay, for you can't take our sauce away.
Yellow sauce on all WNY. Think So Joe Show.
It's been a while since I've listened to the sauce.
I'm in the next track too. You guys know, I play the cop.
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if anybody else knew, but I play the cop, and I also partly play Bob Paul in that skit. So Bob Paul was no longer with us by the time we got to that skit. So
Yeah.
you know, Leland, I played him the first half of the skit, and Leland played him the second half of the skit. And shout out to Jay Wright at Flower House Studios, who did a fantastic job of miking that to make it sound like we were actually, Yellow Sauce was actually getting pulled over by the officer played by me. So, yeah, it was pretty fun recording session, honestly.
I bet.
Everything we've done for this, everything we did for Flying Bison and everything we're doing for this upcoming EP, I've been doing from home. So, it's not as fun, but they've been recording Wednesdays, so I haven't been able to go.
Yeah. Everything on Wednesdays. Music Industry Alliance.
Yeah. And again, like, support the people in the Music Industry Alliance, because this is what they do for a living. You want to make sure that they're taken care of before you worry about anybody who's not relying on music to get them, not relying on performing or recording or selling merch or anything to get them through it. Like, I'm okay. I got, inbox full of work. So,
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Is it all about the
No,
virus?
no, not at all. No, I'm doing a lot of the same stuff I usually do. A lot of the wrestling stuff is about it because shit happens where, WWE had to do this because of the virus, and AEW is doing this because of the virus, and these shows all got shut down. I wanted to, WrestleCon was supposed to take place in Tampa the weekend of WrestleMania. Like, the weekend of WrestleMania, for anybody who doesn't know about wrestling, is just this huge wrestling weekend in whatever host city is WrestleMania is in. So this year was in Tampa, and of course now you've got all the major independent promotions we're going to be running in Tampa that weekend. And you were going to have like WrestleCon in town that weekend, and it's a huge boost to the economy of whatever city it's in, which is partly why I'm a proponent of building a domed stadium somewhere around here for the Bills to play in.
Yeah.
Because we can get events like that. We can get events like the Super Bowl that are going to bring in lots of business for the community and lots of revenue for local businesses. But I digress. So WrestleCon was booked, and they reserved a block of rooms, this is my understanding, at a local Marriott hotel in Tampa Bay. And once WrestleMania canceled, obviously, all these other things aren't going to happen.
Yeah.
But apparently, because, the city officials in Tampa never actually said, no, we're not going to do WrestleMania. And that was a WWE decision to say, we're not going to do WrestleMania. We're going to have it at the Performance Center in front of nobody. What happened with WrestleCon is the Marriott is like, no, you guys have these rooms booked. You're not getting your money back. Fuck you.
Oh, man.
You owe us this much money. And So, wrestling Twitter, of course, got wind of this and is tweeting to, Marriott, and WrestleCon's like, guys, it's not Marriott. It's the local Marriott here. It's not the company. It's like, yeah, but if we all shout to Marriott and Marriott sees this and says, what the fuck, then they can come down and be like, look, you guys need to fucking take care of this. Or something like that, so hopefully that gets taken care of, because those dudes at highspots.com who are putting on WrestleCon, they are a great resource for any wrestling fan out there, whether you want to buy action figures or DVDs or anything like that. Like, my Patriot mask is from High Spots.
Oh.
And I used to have a Rey Mysterio mask I got from there. And they're a great resource for wrestling, not only wrestling fans, but for wrestlers themselves, because you can actually buy, tights and boots and a wrestling ring if you so desire from High Spots.
I wonder if dude tights are more comfortable than chick tights.
I have no idea.
There's only one way to find out.
I guess.
Put Joe in a pair of dude tights
Great.
and a pair of chick tights.
Well, there's a story in one of Mick Foley's books where he was set to wrestle Sting. But he wasn't planning on wrestling, and they were like, oh, no, you're going to wrestle Sting. And he's like, well, fuck, I put on a shit ton of weight. So he had to go out and find tights. So he bought women's, ladies' tights.
Queen size?
I guess, I don't know. But he went out and bought ladies' tights to wrestle this match with Sting. That's in one of his books. I don't know which one, but he's written 3 autobiographies. I actually, for a brief period of time, had his first novel, Tatum Brown, but it got waterlogged in a basement flood, so it's long gone, unfortunately.
In this basement?
No, not this basement. No, but it's long gone, unfortunately. So that kind of sucks. Maybe it was this basement. I don't know. It was a while ago. So
you've been here for a minute.
I have. But anyway, I was talking about Gritty before we went to.
Yes.
So let me get on here real quick and find this /Gritty NHL. I think that's his URL, his handle there on Twitter. The Carolina Hurricanes this morning were kind of going through all the, just sending nice little tweets to every single team.
Really?
Oh yeah, they tweeted the Sabres. They said, "No, nobody rocks a 3-piece suit like Jack Eichel." But yeah, Gritty. Of course, we got Twitter in dark mode. That's why you can't see us now. Anyway. He's in leper quarantine. He's dressed as a leprechaun in this video.
Oh,
here.
How cute!
And he's got his toilet paper that he's wrapping his house in here. But
I need to see that.
This is loading very slowly. I'll show you the video after the. I want to just get you the thing from the statement that Gritty released. If it'll load here, and if not, we'll just get it on my phone. But there we go. My dear Grittisons, we have no hockey, but we have each other. Now is when I would typically embrace you with my fur, but instead I will envelop you with my words, social distancing. How are you? I hope everyone is staying safe. But enough about you. Let's talk about me. I know a lot of you have been asking if I'm okay and wondering what I've been up to. The most adorable creatures seem to be immune. Dogs, small children, and possibly me. Regardless, I'm taking this very seriously. My paws are very clean. My home is completely wrapped in toilet paper. The virus isn't getting in. I'm health in its purest form. My body temp is at the classic Gritty average of negative 55.6 degrees Celsius. I've never felt slimmer, but I can't seem to shake this swimmer's ear. Ongoing issue. You know what they say, when the virus goes low, we go high. Okay, now I get to the other page. Gotta give me a second, guys. This is running pretty slowly right now for some reason. Here it comes. The DVD box at the toilet paper store was out of options, so now I'm on my 9th watch of Osmosis Jones' 2001 fantasy action. I also started watching Lost. I couldn't find seasons 1 or 2, so I started on season 3, and I can't help but feel like I missed something important. I'm lonely, so I'm sure you are too. We can be lonely together. Maybe being together in loneliness will make us not lonely? I recognize that there's a lot going on, and I rightfully assume my duty to be the orange light of hope in this COVID-19 covered world. After all, laughter is the best in medicine, next to medicine. Peace, love, sanitizer, waves, Gritty.
He's so cute.
His phone battery was only at 50% there. Charge your phone, Gritty.
Does that make you nervous?
No.
Okay. Look at him. He's so cute.
Yeah, you can probably catch this video.
What
I'm not
is
gonna put
he?
this. He's gritty.
What is he?
He's gritty. That's
Look
what
at
he
him.
is. Yeah, he's doing a little jig. He's dressed as a leprechaun, and he's adding to his toilet paper wall there.
Oh, I get it. It's like the gold at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
Gritty is my second favorite NHL mascot.
Yeah.
Behind
Nobody compares to my saber tooth.
no, but yeah, like the NHL, the Hurricanes are out there saying, all these really nice things about all the all the teams in the league, just trying to cope with no hockey, I guess, and that's kind of we were watching Jeopardy Monday night, and I got the first two questions wrong. I'm like, man, I don't know anything. And then the next question is a picture of Gritty, and I was like, it Gritty. And I knew that one. And then so of course I'm like, who is Gritty? And I'm like, I miss hockey.
Yeah, he did. He moped for a minute.
I've been playing NHL, trying to get into. I meant to play yesterday because I needed to still unlock some stuff in World of Chell, but if you want to call that wrestling, Laura, yeah, sure, I still have wrestling, but that's just been interesting to watch. I really just at this point shut everything down, just show classic content. And come back when everything's all clear to come back and it's safe to do so. Don't put everybody like Monday Night Raw was a 3-hour show that had, if you don't count the Royal Rumble replay, had one match.
Yeah.
I get it's awkward to have these matches in front of basically nobody because professional wrestling is a situation where you feed off of the audience. So I mean, it's even more awkward than like watching Dropkick Murphys last night do their shtick and like still playing to the crowd that's not there. Of course, you did have the one guy doing the circle pit.
That was pretty cool.
That was
the
great.
Crew members jumped in the pit area.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun to see the first night, and it's gonna get old quick. But I really wish, get your shit in that you got to get in to promote your upcoming pay-per-view that you're still inexplicably doing on the. Now you're doing it in 2 days, which obviously makes sense due to restrictions on how many people can be in one place at once. But do your shit that you got to do to get to where you got to get to, and then just show something else. Mm-hmm. Don't sit here and try and drag out 3 hours and. Do everything up front and then do something else. Is how I would do it. It's gonna get old quick because it's like you got to get that crowd reaction. The crowd reaction sometimes makes the event. Especially in WWE, where one of my favorite matches of all time is Brock Lesnar versus Bill Goldberg at WrestleMania 20 for obvious reasons, which is just a mediocre match. Both guys are leaving the company, and the crowd is shitting all over it. Mm-hmm. That is one of my favorite matches to watch because the crowd is just shitting all over it. And the crowd makes the show sometimes, and not having one is like, okay, this is weird. It's awkward. Like, I think what they did with Edge on Monday night was good, where it's just him in the ring, and they've got these really dramatic camera angles just tight on his face where he's looking at the camera and I'm just get you at WrestleMania. We're going to fight, Yeah. But you can only see that so many times,
Right.
So I'm interested to see what AEW is going to do tonight. I'm going to strictly watch that because NXT is doing a best of show tonight.
Oh.
So I've already probably seen everything they're doing tonight, and I'll tune into AEW because, it's going to be an interesting show to see what they do in an empty arena. And also, Kevin's question from the Tudor show a couple of weeks ago is going to get answered. We're going to find out tonight who the Exalted One is in the Dark Order. Ooh. Yeah. Karina's got no idea what I'm talking about, guys. And I know a lot of you who are just here for the music content have no idea what I'm talking about either. It's okay. If you're looking for something to watch tonight after the show, flip to TNT and watch AEW Pro Wrestling. It's going to be it'll be an interesting night. There'll be no fans in the crowd. It'll be fun to kind of see who's, what they do as far as Kevin thinks it's going to be Colt Cabana. I'm not so sure. We'll see tonight, I guess. So it'll be. I'm interested to see if they do a full 2 hours of wrestling, or if they do a similar to WWE where it's like, here's a promo, here's, a match, and now here's a match from, our last pay-per-view, and now here's some more content, because they also have a pay-per-view to build to. But entertainment is going to be weird for the next month or so, guys.
Right.
Just like, seriously, whatever you're into, it's going to be different. Except for this show, we're going to sit here and stumble through without. Maybe we should cut down to 90 minutes because we don't have events to talk about.
Right? I don't know.
We'll try and get some more artists on the show. We'll try and get them so you can hear them, hopefully. And
Right.
we'll go through Bluetooth instead of the TRS cable here, and hopefully you'll be able to hear whoever we're interviewing, and it'll make it easier on me too. I think like the thing is, if you could hear Ian, he sounded way better than Jaynie Crash did. Of course,
Right.
he also wasn't on speakerphone. They were on speakerphone.
That could have been part
So
of it.
that's part of it too. But yeah, we're still going to be here every week doing our show. The Board Wrestling Fan might come back. If you guys are pro wrestling fans, keep an eye out for that. Go follow us on Facebook at boardwrestlingfan.com, and just keep an eye out. Maybe we'll try our best to keep you guys entertained. And of course, Friday, hit up the band camps of all your favorite artists and buy all their shit and help them out.
And make sure you tune in for Coping with Dystopia and
Yes, absolutely.
Live
stream
open mic.
Live stream open mic with Jaynie Crash and the Tall Men Friday. Minute with Think So Joe, huh? I don't know. I do got to shoot some video content this week because I got to do the yellow sauce thing. Maybe I'll go on a 1 minute pro wrestling rant. Maybe. I haven't done one of those. I did like a series of 3 of them. And then I did this video one time. It was because Laura kept asking me to bring them back. And so I did this video one time that I shared with all the guys in the wrestling, in the Board Wrestling Fan, all my co-hosts. So sent them a video of just me eating a sandwich, drinking a Pepsi. That was it. And, I've got my buddy Coaster going, oh, man, that was brilliant. Like, there was one part where I thought you were going to say something, and then you just took another bite of your sandwich. Like, it was great. And so we sent it to Laura, and we tried to convince her that it was, like 3.5 minutes with Think So Joe. Yeah, that was fun. I think might still be on my YouTube, like, as a hidden video or something, like one of those, you got to have the link to it or whatever. But, yeah. I was sitting there eating a sandwich. Like, I'm just going to take a video of me eating the sandwich for no reason whatsoever.
You goof.
There's some, like, unreleased content on my fucking YouTube channel that I have. You remember I was doing, for a little while, I was rapping.
Yeah.
Just, doing covers of rap songs. And there's a few of those I never put out that are still up there. So I whether they ever see the light of day or not, I don't know. But it's been something, there's a few, hidden videos that I can break out if I need to. All those rap videos are hidden. So if you go looking for them, you're not going to find them. But if you go like through my Facebook or whatever, you might be able to come across them. There's, I think I put out, Ice Ice Baby Got Back, Nothing But a G Thing.
Yep.
And, did I release I Wish?
I don't know.
I think I released I Wish by Skilo. But, yeah, I had fun doing those. It was just like, hey, I have a microphone, and I can find these karaoke tracks. I'm going to do this. 'Cause I got nothing better to do with my time.
My dork.
Anyway, so this is our last song of the evening. It is from Eyes of the Blind, who have just released a Spotify playlist You could go to their Facebook page, find Eyes of the Blind, and they've got a link to it. And it's got a lot of the local artists. I saw Grosh was on it, and like Aspired Infliction, or whatever they're called. Inspired Affliction, yes, that one. And of course, Eyes of the Blind is on that. Coffin Hook's on that. Just all kinds of bands. Living Brain Dead's on there, which is like, who puts us on a playlist with Grosh, who are just like the most incredible fucking band in the world. But we're on there, so go check it out if you want to. Give you something to listen to and something to pass the time, you know.
Yeah.
So, guys, for now, stay in the house, keep your damn hands clean,
Take care of each other.
Take care of each other, and we'll see you next week. Here's Eyes of the Blind on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.